What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to The Nerdy Narrative. This is a channel where I like to talk about all sorts of bookish related fun in the science fiction, fantasy, horror, manga, and whatever other genres I decide to pick up that month. In today's episode of Bookish Fun, I'm going to share with you all of the books that I picked up in the month of February. The first one is The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichak. Not sure if I said her name right. This is a Viking story. The premise is a banished witch ends up meeting and falling in love with Loki, the trickster god. To be honest with you, that's really all I needed to know. This was highly recommended by Lizzie, my bookseller at Copperfish Books, so I had to have it. And so a fun thing that my little indie bookstore Copperfish was doing for folks who pre-ordered this title, Lizzie made these super cute little matching bookmarks. I mean, come on now, they match perfectly. So yeah, had to support my buddy. The next book I picked up is Motherless Brooklyn by Jonathan Lethem. This is a detective novel. I think it is an urban fantasy. Jonathan is a new to me author. I had never heard of him. He wasn't on my radar. This was chosen for me to read and review by my friend Evie from She Was Only Evie. I'll have her channel linked below, but she's reading it as well. I really love any type of detective story that has fantasy elements involved, so I am really looking forward to this one. Next up, I have Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, book 2 in the Red Rising series. I probably don't need to tell you anything about it because it is a very popular series. This is a series that I am reading along with the Library of Alexandria's Discord, so super looking forward to this one. I've heard that this is the best one in the series, so I am stoked. Next, a highly anticipated read for me, The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King, book 2 in the Dark Tower series. I can't wait to read this one. So many of my friends said it was their favorite book in the series. I can't wait. My friend Penny found this expanded list of what order to read the series in with the other books Stephen King wrote that fit in. So I decided, you know what, that's what I want to do. But according to that list, The Drawing of the Three is next. I cannot wait. The next book I picked up is Blackwing by Ed Mcdonald. This is either a series or a trilogy. I can't remember which. My friend Ev picked this series up and she blazed through it, had nothing but praise for it. I couldn't help myself. I had to get the first book. I had to try it for myself. I literally know nothing about it. I just know that Ev loved it, and that's all I really needed to know. Next, I picked up Tome by Ross Jeffrey. If you guys remember back in October, I picked up Juniper by Ross Jeffrey. Tome is its prequel. Tome was actually out when I read Juniper. I almost read Tome first, but I heard that it was actually better to go ahead and read Juniper first. So I'm looking forward to reading the prequel, seeing what I think about it. It is about prison that's mentioned in Juniper, which is one of my favorite elements in Juniper, but we didn't explore it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting more of that here. I have heard so many good things about this book. I can't wait to read it. The next book that I picked up is Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. Not sure how to pronounce her last name. Unfortunately, I could only find the mass market paperback. There were a lot of used hardcovers, but they were ugly, so I didn't want those. Fortunately, the font is not that super tiny font that I'm used to seeing in mass market. This one I actually picked up based off the recommendation of Crypto from the Codex Cantina. Crypto and his wife have read this series and they both really enjoyed it, thought I would too, so I went ahead and picked up the first one to see what I thought. The next one is The Flashlighters by Daniel Barnett, which is book 4 in the Nightmareland Chronicles. I did receive the ARC to read and review, but I wanted to have a physical copy to put in my collection because the covers are by Daniel Sarah and they are absolutely gorgeous. So this is my physical copy that I purchased to put in my collection. I also picked up Come Join the Murder by Holly Ray Garcia. This is a book I have been interested in reading ever since I saw it reviewed on Brad Proctor's channel. So I finally picked it up. I can't wait to read it. I've heard nothing but good things about all of Holly's books, so I'm excited to start my journey through her work with this one. So the rest of these are books that I bought used from my indie bookstore Copperfish. And here's how it happened. The owner goes up to Lizzie, my bookseller, who's in my Discord, and she's like, hey, I found this box of Terry Goodkind Sword of Truth series hardbacks. She told Lizzie, "Hey Lizzie, see if any of Leslie's people are interested in these books." Within 30 seconds, I was on the phone with Lizzie saying, "Hey, I need all of those." Because quite literally, every single one of these hardbacks are ones I did not own. All of the hardbacks that they found are ones that I had in mass market paperback. I didn't have them in hardback. So I snatched those puppies up. I mean, it was perfect. They had exactly the ones that I did not have in hardback. So I snatched those up to put those in my collection because that is a series that I absolutely love. I have reread it many, many times. I love it more than I love the Wheel of Time series, which I was also lucky enough to pick up used from Copperfish. And y'all, they may be used, but they are in absolutely pristine collection. I could not be happier. I mean, they look like they've never been read. So I am very stoked to be able to replace my mass market paperback, which are falling apart anyway. I'm so excited because they're the old covers, the 90s covers, and those are my favorite. And then I also picked up The Omen Machine, which is a Richard and Kayla novel and hardback that I didn't have, and then of course Debt of Bones. Next, I picked up Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zorah Neale Hurston. So I purchased this one on my Kindle to read with the Codex Cantina, and then as soon as I finished it, and so I turned around and bought myself a physical copy, and I was super fortunate to get the 75th anniversary edition, and this book is gorgeous. The cover is almost like cardstock, and then it has really cool deckled edges, which I absolutely adore deckled edges. This one is going to be a very treasured read over time, so I am super proud to have a physical copy in my collection. That will take care of all of the books that I hauled in the month of February. The majority of the books that I purchased, I got used at really, really great reduced prices, so I definitely came out smelling like a rose this month. What about you guys? Let me know down below. What did you get last month? What is something you got that you are super excited to read? Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your morning got off to a great start. I hope the rest of your day is absolutely fantastic. I'll see you soon.